Hey everybody, how you doing today? Hopefully your week has been well, and I want to give you a couple words of encouragement to help you push through and persevere throughout the remainder of the week and end it on a good note. And this is my motivational minute. I do have this YouTube channel. It is underneath my name, Aaron Lassiter, and I would like for you all to like, share, and subscribe, hit the notifications, and comment on the post because I want to be able to influence everyone and allow us to reach out to levels in life. And here's the quote. The real flex is staying consistent when your feelings are all over the place. So, what are you doing in your life so that way you can stay consistent on things? I know our emotions run high. We are all over the place as a people, right? As human beings. We feel happy about this, we feel sad about this. We love the weekends, and then we hate Sunday nights because most people have to go back to work on Mondays. So it's again, how do you stay consistent when your body and your emotions, when you're everywhere, right? So the thing I like to talk about is having those blinders on, being able to focus in and honing in right there because that is a task in its own. It's easy to just where to to veer left or right or wherever you're thinking of, right? It's very easy to do that. It's hard to stay consistent. It is hard to keep moving forward when you have obstacles all along the way. You have to have that tunnel vision. You got to keep those blinders on, like I'm talking about earlier. You know, like a lot of people talk about, I listen to a lot of money podcasts, right? They talk about staying consistent. Whatever it is, you need to stay disciplined in doing that. So if it's, you're putting money into the market or you're putting money into stock options, trading, whatever it is, you have to stay consistent in doing that. If you're trying to like pay off debts, you need to stay consistent in doing that. And yes, life is tempting, right? Like things happen often. Some people may look at things where it's like, oh man, I could spend a couple dollars on this and then I'd be fine. But it's easy to do that. It's hard to stay here when you have to keep those blinders on to reach the goals that you're trying to reach. And again, I understand, that we're all human. We all have things that we want to do, right? We all have things that we see that other people aspire to or other people are doing, and you want to be able to do those things. You're not always able to do those things. So you need to stay consistent in you moving forward towards your goals because their path is not your path. Their options are not your options. You need to make sure that you stay consistent in doing what you need to do in order for you to be great. So, my big thing is, it really is a flex. It's a flex to say, you know what? I did this every week. Every week, few days a week, I did this. I made this happen, and this is the result of all my hard work. That's a real flex. That's a real flex to say, you know what? I wanted to try to lose weight. So this year, I said, you know what? I'm going to eat better. And I'm going to eat at earlier times instead of late times. And then you do that, right? It's easy for you to say, okay, how about just a little late night snack? It's easy to say, all right, well, I'm not feeling it. I'm not going to go to the gym today. It's easy to say, okay, well, I'm not going to do this, do that. It's very easy to do that. Again, a real flex is saying, you know what, regardless of how easy or hard it is, I'm going to keep going because this is what I want out of life. I want to stay consistent in my movements so that way I can be better. So I want you to understand and move forward with this knowledge because, again, in my life, I need to stay consistent. I have money goals. I have not only just financial goals, I have personal goals. I have things that I want to accomplish. And it's so easy to go ahead and just say, all right, well, I ain't gonna worry about it this week. I stay back at it next week. It's very easy to say, okay, well, look, I had this plan by this time, but if I don't reach it, it's okay. It's easy for you to do that. Sometimes we need to work on smart goals. Significant, measurable, goals. So, and give them a time frame. SMART goals, we use that a whole lot in business and in other ventures in life. And you need to figure out what your SMART goals are. What are the things that you want to do and give it a timetable so that way you can stay consistent in doing it. Because again, the real flex is just saying, you know what? I said that in 6 months I was going to be here. And then in 6 months, you can actually be there, right? And so not everybody will be able to do that because, again, it's hard. It's hard to stay like this. It's hard to keep the blinders on and pay attention right there, right when you have all these obstacles and all of these other things that are coming in life that can be distractions. So you have to stay consistent in what you're doing. And the people who stay consistent, they are the ones that win. They are the ones that triumph. They are the ones that go and are able to do great things. It's not the people that are not consistent. What can you do in 6 months that can what you plan, right? What you can do in 6 months can literally change the whole dynamic of your life if you allowed it. So just keep that in mind and let's move forward with the blinders on to reach that tunnel vision. This right here is my motivational minute. And again, I would like for you all to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And at the end of the day, consistency is key. What are you willing to do in order for you to stay consistent? It is not easy. It is challenging, and obstacles do come up to try to distract you from reaching your goals. But what are you willing to do to keep the tunnel vision and keep the blinders so that way you can accomplish your task? And again, if you stayed on task from 6 months to a year and a half, literally your whole life could change. Your dynamic of your life could change if you stayed consistent and you kept moving towards your path. You could accomplish wonders. So let's move forward. Let's strive towards greatness and let's all win. I'll see you next week.